In the silent blue of the Pacific, sonar operators picked up something strange. It was a shape, moving low and slow, hugging the seafloor like a shadow. There was no engine roar, no surface wake, just a cold, metallic outline drifting through a world of crushing pressure and near-freezing temperatures. It wasn't a whale. It wasn't a research sub. It was something built to disappear. For years, this mysterious technology remained almost invisible to the world. But once discovered, it revealed one of the most surprising engineering evolutions on the ocean. What were these hidden machines gliding beneath the waves? In the early 1990s, maritime patrol teams along the Pacific started noticing unusual radar gaps moments, where something large passed through but left almost no signature. Ships weren't built like that, and traditional submarines didn't travel in those zones. When US Coast Guard crews inspected the area, they found pieces of fiberglass and marine paint floating in patterns that didn't match regular vessels. The ocean was too quiet, and the debris was too unnatural. Investigators soon realized these weren't traditional boats at all. They were handmade, low-profile, submersible craft, engineered with minimal metal to reduce detection. Many were no larger than 10 to 20 meters long, with a height so low they barely broke the ocean surface. Their engines were covered with sound-dampening material, reducing their acoustic signatures by up to 60%. What puzzled experts most was how advanced the designs were. Without formal shipyards, someone had created vessels capable of moving thousands of miles through storms, currents, and shifting pressure zones. The ocean had become home to machines built to stay unseen. Just when officials thought they understood the pattern, a discovery shifted everything. When divers inspected one of these submerged shapes, they were shocked. This wasn't just a simple boat. It was a true submersible, capable of traveling several meters below the surface. Its hull was made of reinforced fiberglass layered with composite resin materials, chosen because they reflected almost no radar signals. Measurements showed a length of around 20 meters, with oxygen reserves and internal ballast tanks for depth control. This was the first verified appearance of what officials later labeled self-propelled semi-submersibles. What made them so remarkable wasn't just their stealth, but the engineering achieved under limited conditions. Builders created narrow hulls to reduce drag, which lowered fuel consumption over long distances. Many used diesel engines modified for quiet operation. Some of these vessels could travel from Colombia all the way to Mexico or even the US coastline, navigating powerful currents like the North Equatorial Countercurrent. During analysis, teams discovered a new feature, a pressure-stabilized chamber that allowed the craft to stay semi-submerged for up to 90% of its route. This wasn't just improvisation, it was innovation. The ocean, once thought impossible to hide in, was being used as a massive camouflage shield. The next major discovery came along a remote stretch of coastline. Officials found a nearly complete underwater craft still under construction. This one had a streamlined, torpedo-shaped hull, pressure-resistant joints, and an internal air management system, early signs of an independent submarine design. Its dimensions were about 22 meters long, with a depth tolerance estimated between 6 to 12 meters. Not deep enough to rival military submarines, but certainly deep enough to avoid surface detection. The structure showed deliberate engineering choices. Composite materials softened the radar reflection. Rubberized coatings reduced noise. Low-height engines helped avoid infrared detection. And ballast tanks provided stability in rough waters. For investigators, the question shifted from how is this happening to how far can this go. Interviews and seized notes suggested some vessels took up to a year to build, using dozens of workers and improvised workshops hidden deep in forests. The scale was far larger than anyone had originally imagined. The ocean was becoming a network of nearly invisible machines. In the mid-2000s, satellite imaging and ocean patrols documented something unprecedented. A submersible traveling more than 2,000 miles in a single journey. It maintained a stable, low profile above the waterline, using advanced ballast control to stay almost invisible to both infrared and radar scanning. Engineers, studying a captured craft, found some incredible features. It had a diesel engine modified for extended endurance, fuel storage exceeding 1,000 gallons, a noise-dampening exhaust that was rerouted underwater, and a reinforced hull using Kevlar-strengthened composites. It even had basic GPS systems shielded to avoid detection. These vessels weren't just tools. They were evolving technologies, responding directly to maritime enforcement. Each new model learned from the weaknesses of the last. Some could resist waves as tall as 10 to 12 feet in open water. Others had internal compartments optimized for long-duration stability. But the most shocking discovery came from oceanographic readings. Sensors detected a submersible traveling through international waters, moving at a consistent speed of around 8 knots, leaving behind almost no thermal trace. NATO's vastness was being used as a cloak. Human ingenuity, even outside formal industry, had created an underwater technology almost invisible to the world. By the late 2010s, reports documented submersible vessels built with extreme stealth in mind. Their hulls were smoother, their designs more hydrodynamic, and their surface signatures so small that even modern radar struggled to detect them. One seized model showed legitimate engineering mastery. It featured a twin-layer composite hull, an internal oxygen system, a narrowed conning structure to reduce drag, and water-cooled exhaust systems that reduced heat signatures by over 50%. Experts noted that their construction involved advanced knowledge of buoyancy, pressure management, and acoustic reduction scales, typically found in naval architecture. Oceanographers studying their movements discovered that these vessels even used natural environmental camouflage. They would travel along thermoclines layers of water with different temperatures to help hide their infrared signature. In deeper zones, sound waves would bend away from their hulls, blending them into the background noise of the ocean. Every captured vessel told a story of rapid evolution, problem solving under pressure, and an understanding of the ocean's physics that few expected. By the 2020s, studies from maritime agencies, oceanographers, and engineering groups all concluded one thing: these narco-subs had unintentionally accelerated new forms of ocean technology. Their quiet engines, composite hulls, and minimal signatures inspired research into safer small submersibles, rescue craft, and ultralight marine materials. Rather than being remembered only for their unlawful use, experts recognized an unexpected angle. They highlighted gaps in our ocean detection systems and pushed advancements in sonar, radar, and heat mapping technologies. The ocean is vast 139 million square miles, and even the most powerful detection systems struggle when machines are designed to blend with water temperature, light levels, and background noise. These submersibles became case studies in oceanic invisibility. Their story isn't just about conflict, it's about how innovation, even from the shadows, forces the world to rethink engineering, surveillance, and the limits of maritime science. In every depth of the ocean, human technology meets nature's silence, and the sea decides what remains hidden. If real discoveries fascinate you, keep exploring with us. The story of these nearly invisible machines reminds us how little we truly understand about the ocean. Every discovery, whether planned or accidental, widens our view of what humans can build and what nature can hide. If this journey surprised you, share your thoughts. Which part shocked you most, the engineering, the stealth, or the sheer scale of the ocean's mysteries? Drop your reflections in the comments, hit like, and follow Untold Mystery for more real stories shaped by science, fate, and the power of nature. Thank you for watching.